All righty, good folks out there in all radio land. It is Tuesday. Here we are right here on Tuesday. It's Tuesday all day long here at WSIC out here on Radio Road in my hometown, county, and city. Statesville, North Carolina, Iredell County. It is the greatest state in all the union, and I'd say God's earth itself is right here in North Carolina. So, good afternoon to you all in that drive time, as we call it. You're in that drive time on your way home right now, traffic. So, it's a little cloudy out there. Looks like we're going to get some precipitation going on. That means, i.e., rain on your way home this evening. So, please drive carefully. I was coming down 21 here, just off Turnersburg Road, and noticed there was an accident right there in front of the Chick-fil-A. It looked like one of the Chick-fil-A vehicles had gotten into a little fender bender, or shall I say their feathers got kind of ruffled a little bit. There was an accident right out front of the Chick-fil-A. It may be all cleared up now since it was about 20 minutes ago when I pulled in here to WSIC from out on Turnersburg. Yes, I had Chick-fil-A for lunch today, folks. I'm just letting you know that. But this is On the Record with Brian Summers. So, all right, we've got a lot of things going on today. We've got a lot of things happening in the news. We're going to talk about some of the news that's kind of happening and going on in not just a local Iredell County area, but also here in North Carolina and all Washington, D.C., out in California and around. We're going to talk national politics a little bit, but just national good information. And the sole idea of this is that I talk to you and y'all talk to me back. So you're going to be more than welcome to call into the station here and listen. And here we're talking about here at 704-873-1400, 704-873-1400. Got some winners I need to figure out what happened to these folks. So right away, I'm going to get right into doing this, folks. I'm looking for David Woods. David Woods, here in the Statesville area. I've got a ticket and a shirt here for you from last week. You won a prize on WSIC. We need you to come and get it. The event is tomorrow. Dale Bees, Mr. Dale Bees, you have a ticket and a shirt here as well. James Hayes up there in Love Valley, you got 2 tickets here. And Hope Dean, you got a ticket here. Brad Johnson, you've got a ticket here. So you folks called in last week. You were winners here at WSIC, and we like to deliver. So if we tell you we got prizes for you, and they're yours, you win them, we expect you to come get them, folks. Come on down here. It's free stuff. So come on down 1117 Radio Road. So come on down here. And we'll do everything I can and best to try to be here if you get here and when you get here. There are everything is labeled out with your name on it. So just tell whomever's here that's in the Brian Summers box. They let me have a box around here. So I don't have an office. I have a box. And so your tickets and shirts are in that box. So, but we thank you for being participants. We thank you for calling in, all of you. We value all of our very valuable listeners out there in Radio Land. So we had listeners last weekend from Love Valley, Turnersburg area. We had some from Harmony. Olin checked in, Hickory, as well as Alexander County, Taylorsville, South Wilkesboro, and Salisbury came in with us. Had a winner from down in Kannapolis, as far as that, down in Cabarrus area. Huntersville, Troutman, Mooresville, Cornelius, Davison all came in last week. So we're very proud to have you guys on. That's the roll call of the day. That is the roll call of the day. I've got tickets, folks. I've got more tickets to give away. I got 2 more tickets to give you to tomorrow's event at the Iredell Public Library downtown. It is the Friends of the Library annual meeting, and they will have Dr. Elliot Engel as the speaker or lecturer, and he'll be giving a talk on Edgar Allan Poe. So Edgar Allan Poe is the subject for tomorrow from 2 to 4 down at the Iredell County Public Library from 2 to 4. Call me up today. I tell you what, the first caller who calls in, you get a ticket to the event tomorrow right off the bat. Just the fact that you're going to be the first caller. So I'll take that first caller who calls in, 704-873-1400. You call in, you know the name of the topic of the event that we're doing tomorrow, and the ticket is yours. So the first caller that calls in gets a ticket to the Friends of the Library, a discussion by Dr. Elliot Engel on Edgar Allan Poe, the great poet, the Raven, as someone else explained to me and said, darkness. So anyway, so that's what's happening tomorrow. I got a lot of church announcements to share with everybody, but give me a call, 704-873-1400. Be careful on your drive home. Be careful on your drive home, folks. It's a Tuesday night, so you know what that means as well, too. That means it's a YMCA Tuesday here on us. That's we always try to encourage and talk about. So if you get an opportunity, check out the Statesville Family YMCA over there on Wesley Drive, just around the corner from us here off of Hartness Road in downtown Statesville. The Statesville Family YMCA, I understand from a good friend of mine that they have line dancing in there. I know that they have a lot of the workout facilities. The pool is back open now. The pool is back open at the Statesville Family YMCA, freshly painted and all that good stuff. It looks really, really nice. And there's some smiling faces there to welcome you. Also, tomorrow, the Iredell County Board of Elections will be over at the YMCA from 4 to 7 p.m. tomorrow, and they'll be updating people and encouraging people and educating everyone on the voter ID. I went through yesterday and got my voter ID. Was so very happy to get my nice smiling picture on an ID, a North Carolina ID that I could have to go and vote, and it's good for the next 10 years, folks. So I'm good for the next 10 years. So very excited to have it. I know that people in North Carolina voted to have voter ID, and they got a majority of the Supreme Court that said they're going to enforce the voter ID. So I figured something that you fought for, folks, you ought to go out and get it. It was a whole point of having a campaign and win a majority to make it happen. So if you haven't got your voter ID yet, you're going to need that to go vote in 2 weeks. There are elections going on here in the city of Statesville, municipal elections going on, and you need that to go vote, folks. You got to have the proper ID. So know before you go. That's what I told Miss Susie Jordan and Karen and Joni over at the Board of Elections, and we said know before you go all the things you're going to need for the voter ID here as things kind of move right along. Folks, if you had an opportunity, you get a chance, I tell you what, I really had an awesome time. Had a great guest on yesterday, 2 excellent guests. Go back and look at yesterday's show, folks. I can not encourage you enough to do that, but go back and listen and look at the show I had with Amanda Sharp from Sharp's Cafe up on Crawford Road, folks. I tell you, it was an awesome show. She gave us some great information, great interview, and they've been around. This is the first time they've ever been to WSIC, the very first time they've ever been to WSIC, and so I was very curious and wanted to have them in, and it was an awesome interview. And then after the show, which was more appropriate for 9/11, we had John Ferguson, who is director of the Statesville Regional Airport. So we talked about airport safety and security, and it just happened to fall on 9/11 when we talked about it, and I booked him for the show about 2 weeks ago. He had been on vacation, and we said, okay, next Monday. And sure enough, here we are, and that's what's going on. So if you get a chance, folks, check out yesterday's show. Again, I encourage you to go back, find us on YouTube, WSIC.com. We're on all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn, and Apple Play. You can get all that happening, folks. So on the record with Brian Summers, that is a show. Got some birthdays here to shout out to you very much. It's also very important. If you get a chance, check these out and know some of these folks here in our area particularly. Got a couple minutes before we run up on our first break, but I want to shout out very much a happy birthday. I've got a cousin who is, she's a second cousin of mine, and her birthday is today. And so I'm very excited to have her and just wish her a very, very, very happy birthday. And I am just thrilled that it's her birthday. And so very good. So to my cousin, got a caller here on the line. Let's see what we got here. All righty. Hold on, caller. We'll be right with you, okay?
Yes.
Great. This is Brian Summers for On the Record. I've got a caller on the line right now who probably wants to answer that question. I said the first caller who knows the event we're doing tomorrow at the Iredell County Public Library, the first caller gets a ticket. And let's see who the caller is. Good afternoon, caller. This is On the Record with Brian Summers.
Good afternoon. Thank you for taking my call.
How are you, ma'am? And who am I speaking with?
I'm doing well, thank you. My name is Shannon, and actually I wasn't calling about your event, but I know it's an Edgar Allan Poe event at the library.
Yes, it is. It is. And so I've got a ticket here with your name on it now, Shannon.
Okay.
Is that all right?
Well, let me say this. Can you pass that ticket on to your next caller? Because I'm not available during the times that the program's going on at the library.
Okay. All right. So, well, good deal. Well, Shannon, I appreciate you just listening. And, well, I'll tell you what. How about, would you like a T-shirt? How about that?
That'd work. I love it.
All right, so we'll get you a T-shirt, Shannon. If you want, just share with me your size, so I will have one here for you if you don't mind.
If you would just make it extra large, that would be great.
All righty, good deal. Write it. I've got it for you right now. The Snork is delivering, and we've got an extra large T-shirt from WSIC. Compliments are On the Record. Brian Summers right here for you. You just stop by and pick it up, and it'll be in a gray bag, and it'll be for you. Okay, Shannon?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Summers. And I did have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
I was listening to your show and heard you speaking about voter ID and how we needed to make certain that we had the proper voter ID. Is that something other than just our driver license, or our driver license is sufficient?
Well, to my understanding, and tomorrow I'm going to actually have Susie Jordan and Miss Joni on the show from the Iredell Board of Elections to answer some of those questions. I am not the person particularly for it. I can tell you that, yes, they've made an exception that your driver's license or state-issued ID, if you are a county, municipality, or government employee, that ID is sufficient as well to get your voter ID in place of. And then I think there are some work IDs that they are accepting if you're a county government, a contract, that specific thing. But it was fairly straightforward, simple for me. I went in just because I am 100% behind voter ID, and it was an easy process. And I sat down, they took my picture and put it on an ID card. In fact, I think I got it here in my pocket too. So if you're looking on Facebook, I don't know if anyone wants to see this picture. I'm holding it up though, but it's pretty neat. It's the voter ID right here. It's kind of red, white, and blue, and with your picture, and it gives a number that you're supposed to have as well. And it says it expires on 9/11/2033. So if the good Lord will let me live to see that long, I would renew it then. But it's from the state of North Carolina. It's a pretty good hard stock ID card, and I feel real official with it.
Okay, good deal. Well, thank you for that info, and I appreciate the voter ID requirement as well now.
Oh yeah, I think that with all the stuff going on in the country, I think if we just I want to encourage. And some people say to me, I want everybody to vote, and I want people to vote the right way. I want them to vote without any issue, without any problems, and go in and let every vote be counted. I really, really, truly do, and without any issues at all. And so let's just have that uniform. I don't think North Carolina is one of the states where there was an issue particularly with it. So we just, I think that's thunder outside.
Well, but we would like to keep it that way.
That's right. That's exactly right. Yes, exactly. I think we know how to get it right here in North Carolina, and I think I can even safely say we know how to get it right here in Iredell County. Take a little personal liberty at that, because we just do. And this is not Arizona and San Francisco and and Texas, and we just our people are not like that. We're not. I tell people we're not what you see out there in the national news around the country with the mayhem going on and stuff. Folks here are pretty honest and straightforward, and they mean what they say, and they stand by where they are. And so we're good folks. I like to say the best people in the world are Southerners in North Carolina, for sure. I say that because I'm from North Carolina. It's my home. So.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you for your time today. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, Miss Shannon. Tim, what part of the county or city are you calling from?
Western part of the county.
Western part of the county. Okay. All right. Well, good deal. Well, we thank you. We got your T-shirt here. I hope you like it, and I hope you keep listening. Tell others. Go to Facebook if you can and like our page. Maybe share our page. I mean, so we like that stuff, but we like more than anything is when callers call in and engage us. That's really it, because that means we have something that somebody's listening to and responds to. And I just think that with 2 weeks away, we have elections here in the city of Statesville. It's just that darn important.
Absolutely, I agree.
All righty.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. God bless. Thanks a lot. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.
All right, folks. So I've got a ticket that a winner just now, Miss Shannon, she won, and she said pass it on to the next caller. So here it is again, 704-873-1400. The first caller who knows the program going on tomorrow at the Iredell County Library, downtown Statesville, from 2 to 4 p.m. The first caller here on my lines, you call up, the ticket is yours. I've got 3 of them to give away like that. So come on, folks, call in. Plus, I am looking for David Woods and Dale Bess, James Hayes, Hope Dean, and Brad Johnson. You guys were all winners from last week. You knew the information. Your prizes are here. Got your tickets, got your T-shirts, and we need y'all to come and get them. They're going to start to collect dust. Or not, we're going to charge you for them. Not just teasing. But come on by here, folks. Come pick up your prizes. You've won them. You've earned them. And your knowledge got you to know what those were. But I'm looking for that caller, 704-873-1400. 704-873-1400. It's me, Brian Summers, here on the record. I am sitting. Now, you know who I saw today? I got to tell you, I was by here earlier this morning, and I saw Pat Shannon. And boy, oh boy, I mean, Pat is just, larger than life. If you ever listen to the Home Ad Show, as when I grew up here, called it Birthday Show, and it was all that stuff on the early part of the morning show, and that was always, that's Pat's thing. And so I kind of dipped in and said hello to him this morning, and we had a good little laugh. And I told him, I said, Pat, you know what I say when I'm on the show? I tell everybody that I'm sitting in the Pat Shannon chair. And he said, oh boy, Brian, you say that? I said, yes, Pat. I tell him I'm sitting in your chair. I said, I'm just a little guy sitting in a big chair. It's hard to feel. So, but I'm right here in our studio here out on Radio Road, and we're delighted to have you. Some birthdays I have a family member whose birthday, Miss Beulah Summers. Beulah Summers, her daughter is Herlene Summers. She is my cousin. I have made and found and identified some Summers cousins, and so we had dinner about a month ago, and I had never met her before, so I was real delighted to meet, and I want to shout out Miss Beulah Summers. Beulah Summers' daughter, Herlene is her daughter, my cousin, but Beulah's my cousin, and she's closer to me. Her grandfather, and Beulah's grandfather and I share the same grandfather. So my grandfather and her grandfather were brothers. So my grandfather was Pascal Summers, and her grandfather was, oh my goodness, it's Summers. I cannot think of his name. I feel so terrible. But anyway, it's her birthday. So happy birthday, Cousin Beulah. Happy birthday to you. I hope you're listening. I hope you hear this message. And I hope Herlene was able to tell you in time to go check out your little cousin on the radio talking about you and your birthday. Other birthdays today going on. Lisa Odom Brewmeister, happy birthday to you. Another birthday, Matt Clendenin. Happy birthday to you. Matt Clendenin out there. Michael Klein, happy birthday to you, sir. And Tawana Bush Dodgett, happy birthday to you. Who else we got here? Deborah Lacey, happy birthday to you. Scott Garland, that's right, Scotty G from the Scotty G Show up in Mount Vernon, New York, by way of North Carolina. It is his birthday. Scott the barber. When I need a fresh guy to see, I see Scott for proper grooming. Yeah, that was the way he used to be the barber to my late friend Heavy D of Heavy D and the Boys. Scott was his barber, and so when I need a proper cut, I see Scott for proper grooming. There you go. That was the line. So anyway, happy birthday, Scott Garland. God bless you, brother. Frank McCarthy, happy birthday to you as well. Renee Jameson, happy birthday to you. Julie Barrier, happy birthday to you. And Dawn Crump. Dawn Crump and I were in college together, and Dawn she is 25 today. Happy birthday, Dawn Crump. Miss Philadelphia, shall I say. And so I hope she'll listen to this show and laugh. And then someone I grew up with, her birthday is today. It is Karen Holder Bruton, and we went from Mulberry to Mulberry to D. Matt Thompson and Statesville High Together. Karen Holder out there. Karen Holder Bruton. And she was Karen Holder when we were growing up. So happy birthday, Karen. Just some really great birthdays to you out there, folks. So those are the birthdays. If you have any of them that you want to share or you want to give us a call or shoot me a note, it's Brian at WSICnews.com, Brian at WSICnews.com. And if you hit me up, folks, we'll get right into it and make sure we get your birthday out here and birthdays done, because it makes everybody in the world a better place when people feel like they're appreciated 100% all the way around. So that's what we like to do here. We like to make you feel special because you are. How about that? Yes, you are in so many ways. We got one more. We got some church announcements going on as well. If you'll give me a moment, I'm sort of losing my here a little bit, so hold on. So we got a brand new church announcement going on that came in today. It is a breakfast on this Saturday, 7 a.m. women's ministry breakfast, and oh boy, I think it's thundering outside. That's what you hear in the background, folks. So hang with us. We're still on the air here at WSIC. We're not going to let that drown us out. Priceless Women's Ministry Breakfast. It's a fundraiser and looks like it's being held at, doesn't really get, here we go. Event is going to be at Mount Sinai Evangelical Methodist Church. Mount Sinai Evangelical Methodist Church. That is Saturday, and it is from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., and that's what's going on. All right, this is On the Record with Brian Summers. Be right back on the other side. God bless you. It's really coming down out there, the rain right now, folks. After all this heat, that's what we're into right now. Is looks like a huge downpour coming down outside. So again, be very careful on those roadways, and you big trucks out there, slow down because the roads do get slippery, and it's important. So you matter to me. You matter to WSIC. We care about you, and we want you around to continue listening, and I'm sure your family does too. So please do slow down on those roads and do that for me if you can, folks. Was going to turn a little bit of what we were talking about. Didn't really get too much news in the way here yesterday or really even on Friday, but wanted to just kind of make a mention and pique everybody's hearts to know that the earthquake that took place in Morocco there and until just in Marrakesh, just keep the folks in the country of Morocco in your prayers. An earthquake where nearly, I think it's up to 2,100 folks has lost their lives right now to date. They're looking at, and they're still trying to locate and pull people, or I guess now it's a rescue mission now to try to just get as many of the folks of the deceased identified and get them out of the rubble because there's a lot of concrete in the country, so their infrastructure is not that sound. So you don't have like we have here in the U.S. If you've ever been to North Africa and to the area of Morocco, it's a beautiful country. But an earthquake hit there and really did a lot. So just keep that in mind, folks, and their thoughts and prayers with them. Then I'm looking at, too, there's a lot of crime going on around the country. I know that kind of talked about it last week, folks. Just, in these days and times with the prices of things going up right now and inflation setting in, just, be very cautious and careful. I know I tell, folks in my family and even though my daughter's overseas now in Greece, just be very careful, be very attentive, be very cautious to your surroundings for sure. And I say that as always, say to folks, be careful as you're out there pumping gas, or don't get out your car and leave your car running to run in the house or to do something. Don't do that. Ladies, don't do it. Guys, don't do it. Lock your doors, lock your cars. And if you do anything else, you put your alarm on your home at night. Arm your car at the same time, folks. So just be very cautious, and then be very careful. Have a way that your kids, if your parents, know how to reach you. So I had a friend of mine tell me that her daughter was at a program, and all the other kids were going home, and someone missed the communication, and she actually stayed on the phone and talked to her daughter from downtown. They live just about 2 blocks out of Statesville, out on Davie Avenue, and they talked to her daughter home the whole way just because she said, my daughter's 14 years old, and I just did not want to have her out there like that. So I thought, just be very careful. There's a lot of crime going on, a lot of mischief and mayhem. That's what's happening in our world, folks. Not acceptable at all. So anyway, keep that good stuff in mind if you get a chance to just be very careful. And you have every right, folks, to see what you can figure out and know what's going on in your community. You can most certainly see if the Statesville Police Department will let you come into your community and do a stats. I know I've got to get back on. Kayla Griffin is she's a community affairs person for the Statesville Police Department, community liaison for the city of Statesville. And so I've got to have her back on and just kind of let us know some of the things going on, changing things in the city as we go into the holidays. Because the very next holiday we're going to have is going to be Thanksgiving. And then we'll just be very shortly into Christmas. So things get a little dicey around that time going on. So we were in the middle of doing some church announcements. I was just sharing some good church information when the break kind of snuck up on us. So I gave out about the one at Mount Sinai Evangelical Methodist Church that's taking place. That's this Saturday from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. 10 a.m. 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Women's Ministry Breakfast Fundraiser. And that's going on there at that church, folks. So encourage you to check that out as well. Something good to do. I'm not sure. Well, the food will be good. I will just say that. And then going on Saturday, September 16th, Bristol Baptist Church, 22-1 Bristol Drive. They're having Bristol Baptist Church. They're having a family fun day from 11 a.m. to 3 o'clock. Free food, folks. Free food out there, and that's at Bristol Baptist Church, Saturday, September 16th. They have inflatables and cotton candy. So good things to stop by on and all that good stuff. And so a homecoming service is going on. Looks like it's going to be at Trotman Baptist Church, and they're celebrating 78 years of history and preaching God's gospel in the world. And that's going to be in Stony Point. It looks like, Tabernacle Baptist Church up there in Stony Point. The 78 years of history and preaching, and that's it's going to be Sunday. And they're saying they invite to come on that Sunday morning at 10 a.m. So come join us this Sunday morning, Tabernacle Baptist Church up in Stony Point. Come on by, 78 years. It's their homecoming weekend. That's always a special time to go back to your home church. Oh, it's like I got a caller here. Let's see who we have. All right, caller, good afternoon. You're on the record with Brian Summers. What say you?
Well, hello, Brian Summers. This is Hope calling again.
Yes, ma'am.
And feedback to your question was, did we hear yesterday's show?
Yes.
Awesome interview. One of your better, balances of whose turn and stuff. Really cool. But I want to do a shout out for the breakfast gal. I miss a breakfast buddy. Breakfast is the meal of the day. All right.
Okay.
It so totally is. And as much as the airport thing, yes, did apply to 9/11, as being a customer service person, a good 2/3 or more of my life, I want it to be known and said to the world. From time to time, we must think that retail worker, that grocery store worker, those are the people that are feeding the people that are being called first responders, which we totally adore and appreciate. But don't forget, we're there just as much for them so that they can do what they do. And I think it's a world of economics that needs to be shouted out because it's something that's trying to become extinct, and I'll lose my job to continue to be a good customer server if I have to.
Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you. Thank you, Miss Hope. And I hope to see you tomorrow, boy, no pun intended, at the Edgar Allan Poe event down at the library. Yeah. Okay.
How many minutes is the library from the station?
It is about 3 minutes. It is literally, you go out our station back parking lot, you make a right turn, you go down Radio Road to Hartness Road, you make a right turn, and you go up to Brevard Street, you make a left, take Brevard all the way down to the backside of the high school. It comes to a little V fork, and Brevard. Okay, I'll put them on the sites for you, and I'll put something out there for you.
I gotta do it before Pat shows over to pick them up, though, right? What are the pickup times?
Oh yeah, you can. They're available. You can get them before Pat shows over. You can get them afterwards. Somebody will be here all the way up. Okay.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, so if it starts at 2 and I can time it for the 2 o'clock time, and if it's so close to the station,
absolutely.
I don't have to kill some time.
And in fact, how about this, Miss Hope? How about I bring your ticket and just meet you at the library? How about that?
That would be so gentlemanly.
Okay.
I so appreciate that. I sure do.
No problem. That's what we'll do, okay? I will bring your ticket to the event, okay? That's Hope Dean out there. She won the tickets last week, and she's going to be there. Good deal.
Yeah. Thank you, WSIC.
All right, good deal. Thanks, and keep listening, and tell a friend, call a friend. We like you.
Yeah, I'm working. Maybe we need to get me a T-shirt someday so I can advertise in my neck of the woods. But, it's a growing process. You guys are preening, as one of Justin's words. It's a preening radio station, and, we just have to live with the change. And my last chant is we're here, we're cheer, get used to it.
All right,
we're
good
trying
deal.
to cheer up the world.
Well, thank you.
Right,
Gotta go. Thanks a lot.
The Record with Brian Summers is coming up on the new 105.9 100. 59 100.7 WSIC.
Oh boy. All right, folks. I love my Motown bumper music. I love that. Thank you. I love that music. All right. So right back here, that was Hope who called in. She knew the information, and she's a winner. So she has a ticket for the Edgar Allan Poe lecture tomorrow going on at the Iredell County Public Library, downtown Statesville from 2 to 4. It is put on by Friends of the Library, and which I must a disclaimer share that I am a member of the board of the Friends of the Library. And so I'm always encouraging books, learning, and education 150%, folks. So please do that. Get your kid, son, daughter, grandchild, get them a library card. You get a library card in their hand, you get a book in the other hand, and I promise you, if they embrace those books, it will take them around the world, as did me. Life took me around the world through books, though, folks. That's how I did it. That's how I got the handsome face I have right now, which is for radio. No, just kidding here. Yeah, but let me see. It's still, the rain outside has lightened up a little bit. Now I feel like a newscaster here, weatherman. It's still coming down here on WSIC Radio Road. The rain is still coming down. Not as heavy as it was a few moments ago. I couldn't see anything out back. Now I still see our shiny blue WSIC van and our Joe Berg and his Tesla out back. So and that's what I see right now, Joe Berg and his Tesla looking out the back door of WSIC. So folks, again, I caution you all, please get home safe, folks, so you can be able to be in your car tomorrow, this time driving home, listening to me on the radio again. So want to send a shout out again to David Woods. Looking for David Woods, Dale Bess, James Hayes, and Brad Johnson. You guys are all winners. I have tickets here for you, along with a T-shirt that you won last week on our show. To stop by here tomorrow, claim your prize, as the event you won is tomorrow from 2 to 4 down at the Iredell County Public Library. So a little bit more I was also sharing that was going on. Church announcements or church events. I think I left off at Tabernacle Baptist Church up in Stony Point. 78 years of preaching the gospel. They are having homecoming this coming Sunday. Also, annual Porta Pig Barbecue Chicken. And this is a Monticello Baptist Church. 3603 Taylorsville Highway, Statesville. They're having it, and the cost per plate is $9, folks. $9, and that's September 15th, and that is from 11 a.m. until, I'm not sure what that until means, until Brian Summers gets there. There you go. He won't have any food left after I'm done, but there you go. But $9 says all you can eat. That's what it sort of says here. All proceeds go toward outreach and mission. So that's a very good calling. I should tell you also tonight, if you should so endow to embark out on the highways and byways, St. John Baptist Church up in the Popular Branch area of Statesville, they're having a revival tonight, and that's Pastor Burrell Brooks is the minister up there, and I went last night to a revival, and so it was a good service. It was all about pre-existing conditions. It's a good word. But anyway, St. John Baptist Church is having its revival going on tonight and tomorrow. And so encourage everyone to stop by. If you don't have a church home, a place to get to, that is one good spot. Also, what happened today, I know we're an hour late because the show here starts at 5, up in at Sharp's Cafe up on Crawford Road. There was a Bible study at 4 o'clock, and it was led by Scott Townsell. He is a minister over at South River Baptist Church, but they had a Bible study at the Sharp's Cafe up on Crawford Road at 4 o'clock. And so I was in there. I had breakfast in there, so they're all excited about that. I'm excited about it. And it'll be every other Tuesday. Every other Tuesday, you're going to be able to have Bible study there in Sharp's Cafe. I think Amanda Sharp was on the show yesterday, and she was telling me she has 24 tables in there. And so I'm excited to see I can make the early part of one, but I'd have to leave by at least 4 4:30 to get down here and to get ready for my 5 o'clock show. But I'd love to make it sometime and just sit in there and see the teaching of the great atmosphere being in Sharps, but also the teaching word from Scott Townsell, who I think is an excellent minister for sure. So anyway, if you something to do in the neighborhood, something to do on every other Tuesday, they met today. They'll meet the Tuesday after next Tuesday, and that's at 4 p.m. at Sharps Cafe. That's a Bible study group led by Scott Townsell. So check it out, good folks. Check it out. It's all kinds of good stuff. I was sharing with you about some of the news that was kind of going on around. Not sure if you looked and saw, but overseas in Europe, the president had traveled to Vietnam on Friday and Saturday. He was heading to the G20 summit, and they all met and had a meeting there, the G20, but it did not include Kim Jong-un of North Korea, and it did not include Vladimir Putin of Russia. So, but those two supposedly met and are meeting, and so Kim Jong-un made a trip by train from North Korea all the way across and into Russia to Moscow there to go see Vladimir Putin. So apparently some mischief has been going on, and it's got everybody in the region a little nervous. China's worried about what North Korea is doing, and Taiwan is worried about what China is doing, and so the U.S. is worried about what Russia is doing. So we need to have some world peace in our country, folks. We really do. So much going on in the world, and we really need to try to get us in a better place. So wanted to share that with you, just some happenings going on, and it looks like things are moving forward with some of the progress here, particularly in North Carolina. The voter ID is in place. I think I mentioned that in the early part of starting the show, and so the first election will be in 2 weeks, and it'll all be getting checked out by then. I had some good news to share with you all. Most of you know that we were partners with the fair, the Kiwanis of Statesville, and the the Iredell County Agricultural group here, led by Miss Nancy. We partnered with them, and they had a very successful 87th Iredell County Fair last week, folks. No rain. The first time in probably 40 years there was not a drop of rain during the entire fair. So we had max night folks and participants, and really want to thank everybody for coming out and helping to make the fair a success. It was a success all the way around. I think the Iredell County Agriculture Extension Group most certainly did. I know the Statesville Kiwanis, we surely were very blessed. And I want to thank all of my Kiwanis brothers for who stepped up to help make that happen, and the volunteers as well. That was a good thing, and it was very successful event. The fair went off without a hitch. And so if you missed it, folks, it'll be around next year. It'll be the 88th Iredell County Fair next year, but we'll still be trying to keep our fingers crossed and praying for no rain at the same time. All righty, I thought I was going to get another caller in here, 704-873-1400. Someone was going to get a ticket to tomorrow's event, even if you had to give it away. I think I'm going to try to see if I can get one to my grandmother, Nancy Gwaltney, and I'm going to call her and see if she's available to come down tomorrow and check it out. But anyway, it's a very good talk, folks. If you've been to our library before, the Iredell County Public Library in downtown Statesville is an excellent 3 levels of just books. And so I say books will take you around the world. Literacy is so important, and learning and just is just extremely important. And so come on out tomorrow from 2 to 4. Even if you don't have a ticket, we really won't turn you away. We really, truly won't, because we'll make a way to get you in because of the interest. We'd much rather have you there as a person. Yes, the money matters for the tickets, but just the fact that you have interest in the library and coming to a talk put on by the friends and educate and find out what the friends do is very, very important, and it really matters that way. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Also, too, we can't let this go by. On September 30th, the Walk for Life, which is the Statesville Pregnancy Resource Center, it is their field event. It is the Walk for Life, which will be at Statesville High School on September 30th. Registration is at 8:30 a.m. Deans begin to walk at 9 a.m., and that is something huge, and a huge support for the Statesville Pregnancy Center here. Statesville Pregnancy Center is having their Walk for Life on September 30th at the Statesville High School Stadium, folks. 8:30 is registration, and 9 o'clock is the walk. And I can tell you, so if you're listening out there, Carrie Jenkins and Victoria Miglin, that we talked it over here at WSIC. I put up $1,200, and WSIC is going to match that. So we said that's what they did. So I put the challenge out to the station, and they're going to match it. So we'll be making a donation of $2,400 to the Statesville Pregnancy Resource Center from WSIC, because that's what we can do around here. Life matters. I think Miss Miglin Victoria was saying that $1,200 saves one life with everything that they put in and Compass together. That's what it is from start to finish and all the way through with what they do to support moms, dads, and these families who make a decision to keep their child. And so I think it's more than worth to invest in, and we'll put the resources of WSIC behind it. So we'll be doing that. And if anybody out there on Radio Land would like to match us with what we're doing, we can help this thing grow. We surely can. So I know for On the Record, we'll be putting up $1,200, and then WSIC itself will be matching that with an additional $12. So we'll be doing a total combined $2,400 to the Statesville Pregnancy Resource Center, and that'll be happening, yes, absolutely, in October. So very, very happy about that. Hey, folks, listen, Fair Rose at Parenting is having a golf event in October. It is extremely important that we help support Fair Rose. I am on the board of Fair Rose. I know people say he's on a lot of boards. I am retired, but I'm very active. I really, truly am, and I really try to give the best I can to as many organizations as I can, energy, ideas, and just my time and dedication. And so that's me. I enjoy it wholeheartedly. So, but Fair Rose Parenting is having a golf event at Trump International, and it is in October. And so I just encourage you to look up fairrose.org, fairroseparenting.org, and check it out. And if you can't go to the golf event, but you'd like to make a donation, you can surely do it. There's a donate button on the page. There's a donate button on the page for Fair Rose Parenting. All righty, folks, because one of the things